You're standing in your own backyard right now, and you can see straight into your neighbor's yard. They can see straight into yours. And somewhere in the last few months, you got a quote for real privacy fencing that made you want to sit down. Maybe it was 4,000, maybe it was closer to 10. Here's the part nobody in the fencing business wants you to know. You do not need anywhere close to that to disappear from view. I've spent the last few years testing budget backyard fixes obsessively, ripping out the ones that failed, keeping the ones that actually held up. And there is one trick at the very end of this list that isn't even a product. It's a placement secret that lets a 4-foot screen block more than an 8-foot fence ever could, and almost nobody talks about it because there's no markup in telling you something free. Let me tell you how this actually started for me. A friend of mine, Rita, got a quote for a cedar privacy fence along her patio, $6,000 give or take. She went pale. So I told her to hold off, and we tried something different with a bag of dollar store greenery and a roll of black zip ties instead. 2 weeks later, she sent me a photo, and honestly, I could not tell it wasn't a professional install. That's the whole reason I make videos like this one. So let's count these down from the smallest quiet win all the way up to the one that changes how you think about privacy completely. Number 8. Hack. Number 8. Fox ivy garland woven into chain link fence. Number 8 is faux ivy garland woven into a chain link fence, and it's the one everybody's heard whispered about, but almost nobody does correctly. Chain link is the ugliest, most see-through barrier there is, and most people either rip it out or half-heartedly zip tie a few strands of fake greenery to it and call it done. Here's the mistake I made the first time. I bought maybe 5 strands for a 6-foot section and spaced them out to save money. It looked exactly like what it was, thin plastic on a cheap fence. The actual secret is density. You weave the garland in tight, overlapping rows from top to bottom until you cannot see the diamond pattern behind it. For a standard 6-foot section, that's closer to 12 or 16 strands, not 4 or 5. Yes, that's around $20 instead of $5. But $20 for a screen that reads like a manicured hedge from 10 feet away beats paying $200 for a pre-made panel that looks worse. And I've seen people do exactly that. Thread the vine through the links so it holds itself in place. Then lock it down with black zip ties every 8 inches or so. Black disappears. Clear ties yellow and crack within a season and announce to everyone that it's temporary. But that cheap faux greenery has one enemy, and it's the reason the next hack matters just as much. The sun bakes it, fades it, and eventually makes it brittle, something we'll come back to before we're done. For now, let's move to number 7. Hack number 7. Outdoor fabric privacy curtain. Number 7 is the outdoor fabric privacy curtain, and I know how that sounds, but stay with me. Dollar Tree carries fabric panels, tablecloths, and shower curtains for $1 or so each. Hung between 2 posts, along a pergola, or across a patio railing, these become soft, flowing privacy panels that move in the breeze and read like resort cabana curtains instead of a dollar store tablecloth. People pay $40 to $60 a panel for outdoor drapes at the big box stores. These do the identical job for pocket change, but only if you follow 3 details. First, double them up. 1 layer looks flimsy and see-through. 2 layers back to back gives you real opacity and real weight, so it hangs straight instead of billowing like a ghost. Second, hang them on a tension rod or a length of cheap conduit instead of string, so they stay taut. Third, and this is the part almost everyone skips, weight the bottom hem. Slide a few washers or a light chain into the hem, and the whole panel suddenly hangs like it costs real money. Stick to neutral colors only: cream, sand, soft gray, deep green. The second you hang a bright pattern, the eye reads plastic. A solid muted tone reads, designed on purpose. Here's why this one only ranks 7th though. Fabric solves privacy for the one spot where you sit. It does nothing for the long open sightline across your whole yard. And an exposed yard is a yard that never feels like yours. So we need something that stands on its own and fills space, which brings us to number 6. Hack. Number 6. Staggered tall planters. Number 6 is staggered tall planters, and this is where we stop hanging things and start building rooms outdoors. Here's the part almost nobody thinks about. Privacy isn't about walling off every inch of your property. It's about interrupting the eye. Your neighbor doesn't need to be physically unable to reach your yard. They just need to not be able to see the exact spot where you actually live: the chairs, the table, the door. Dollar Tree sells tall plastic planters, usually $1 or $2 each depending on the season. Buy several. Fill the bottoms with something cheap like empty bottles or foam so you're not hauling in 50 pounds of soil, and plant tall, fast growers, ornamental grasses, or faux bamboo stems if you don't want to water anything. Then here's the actual move. Stagger them. Not in a straight soldier line, but zigzagged front and back, so as your neighbor's eye tries to travel through the gaps, there's always a plant filling the next opening. That's the same layering trick expensive landscapers charge thousands for. Front row, back row, offset. Your brain fills in a solid green wall that isn't actually solid at all. But grasses and greenery only do their job in daylight. The moment the sun goes down, all of that work disappears into a black void, and your yard looks abandoned right after dinner, which is exactly the gap our next hack fills. Hack number 5, solar stake lights. Number 5 is solar stake lights. Use the way a lighting designer would use them, not the way most people scatter them. Solar path lights run about $1 each at Dollar Tree. Most people buy a handful, jam them along the walkway in a dotted line, and wonder why it looks like a runway. I did exactly that on my first house, and I still cringe thinking about it. The real move is this. You don't light the ground, you light the screen. Take those solar stakes and place them behind and below your new planters or greenery, tilted upward, so at dusk the light glows through the leaves and throws soft shadows and silhouettes. That backlighting effect is what professional designers call uplighting, and a real low-voltage version of it runs hundreds to thousands of dollars installed. You're faking the exact same effect for the price of a coffee. And this actually matters more than it sounds like, because a yard that glows warm and layered at dusk reads cared for and intentional. A dark yard just reads empty. Now, let me pause here, because I know some of you are thinking this whole video is for people settling into a home for years to come, and if you're planning to sell soon, none of this pays off. I want to talk straight to you specifically for a second, because the next few hacks are just as much for you. Buyers don't measure your privacy with a tape measure. They feel it. Someone walks into a backyard, and within about 10 seconds, their gut decides one of two things. Either I could relax back here, or everyone's watching me back here. That feeling is what turns into a fast offer, and you can't fake that feeling with a wall of cash you don't have. You stage it with exactly these tricks. So whether you're staying for 20 years or listing next spring, keep going, because this next one works for both of you at once. Hack number 4, frosted window film, window clings. Number 4 is frosted window film or window clings, and this is the fix people forget they even have. Everybody obsesses over the yard and completely forgets the glass. The low bathroom window facing the neighbor's house, the side light next to the front door where anyone walking up can see straight into your entryway, the glass panel on a gate or shed door. Those are the spots where you actually feel watched the most, and they're the cheapest thing on this entire list to fix. Dollar Tree carries frosted window clings and adhesive film, and you can also cut plain frosted plastic sheeting to size. It goes on with nothing but water, or it peels and sticks straight to the glass. No tools, no contractor, just scissors and a straight edge. For a couple of dollars a window, you get that soft frosted spa bathroom look that lets light in but kills the sightline completely. Professionally installed privacy film for the same effect runs $40 to over $100 per window plus labor, and it is the same material doing the same job. Light passes through, sightlines die, and it reads clean and intentional, not like a bedsheet taped over the glass, which, be honest, we've all seen on somebody's place at some point. Hack number 3, Faux boxwood green wall panel. Number 3 is the Faux boxwood green wall panel, and this is the one hack that makes people assume you hired a landscaper. You've seen those lush green living walls at nice restaurants and hotels, that dense, manicured hedge look. Professionally installed versions of that run $20 to $40 a square foot, sometimes more, and a modest 8x6 section can hit $1,000 fast. Here's how you fake it for a fraction of that. Dollar Tree sells artificial boxwood-style bushes, leaf mats, and greenery picks. Grab a cheap piece of lattice or wire mesh as your backing, mount it between two posts or against a bare fence, and attach the greenery in tight, overlapping layers with black zip ties again, densely, always densely, until there's no backing showing through anywhere. The trick that actually sells it is randomizing the direction of the leaves. Real hedges don't grow in a perfect grid, so turn some pieces sideways, some up, some angled, so light hits it unevenly, and it reads organic instead of manufactured. A perfectly aligned panel looks fake. A slightly messy one looks alive. For around $30, you get a green wall that photographs like the $1,000 version. And if you're getting ready to sell, that wall becomes the backdrop of every patio photo in your listing. Now, here's the honest warning. Nobody selling you this greenery will ever volunteer, and it matters for every hack we've covered so far involving fake plants. All of it, the ivy, the boxwood, the reeds, has one silent killer: ultraviolet light. Cheap plastic greenery left raw in direct sun fades to a sad gray-green and turns brittle within a season or two. And then everything you built looks like a discount graveyard instead of a design space. So before you hang any of it, hit it with a can of UV protectant spray, the kind sold for a few dollars for outdoor fabric and plastic. That one extra step takes your dollar store greenery from lasting one summer to lasting several. And nobody mentions it because a screen that fades in a year is a screen you have to come back and buy all over again. Hack. Number 2. The pre-made privacy panel markup. Number 2 is the pre-made privacy panel markup, and this one isn't really a project. It's a warning that'll save you money on everything else. Walk into any home improvement store and you'll find rolls of reed fencing and instant privacy panels running $30 to well over $100 each. Here's the truth about most of them. They're the same lightweight materials, the same thin reed, the same faux leaf on a grid that you can assemble yourself from dollar store parts for a fraction of the cost. Dollar Tree sells wooden garden stakes, twine, and thin decorative fence pieces. Lash split stakes together with twine or wire against a simple frame, and you've built the same reed screen look for a few dollars a section instead of 30 or more. A buyer or a neighbor cannot tell the difference between a screen that came pre-rolled off a shelf and one you tied together yourself on a Saturday afternoon. It looks identical from the patio. You're not paying for better materials with the store-bought version. You're paying for the word privacy printed on the packaging. Hack number 1. The sightline rule. Which brings us to number 1, the one I promised you at the very start. The one that isn't a product at all, and once you understand it, you'll never overspend on privacy again. It's placement. Specifically, what I call the sightline rule. Here's what took years to fully understand. Privacy has almost nothing to do with how tall your barrier is. It's about where that barrier sits between two sets of eyes. Picture your neighbor sitting on their deck 30 feet away, looking toward your patio chair. Almost everyone's instinct is to build the tallest possible fence way out at the property line, as far from where they're sitting as possible. But a barrier that far away has to be enormous to block anything, because from a distance, the eye can simply look over it or around it. Now, flip it. Put a modest screen, 4 or 5 feet tall, close to your own chair, just a few feet from where you actually sit. Because it's near your eye and your body, it blocks a massive cone of sightlines using almost no material at all. It's the same reason you can hide the entire sun behind your thumb if you hold your thumb close enough to your face. Distance is everything. So take every hack we just went through: the ivy, the curtain, the planters, the lighting, the frosted glass, the green wall, and instead of spreading them thin around your whole property line, concentrate them close to the 2 or 3 spots where you actually live: your patio chair, your hot tub, your bedroom window. A single well-placed dollar store panel positioned right beside your seating area does more real work than 200 feet of expensive fence running along the back of your yard. Less material, less money, and genuinely more privacy, because you finally solved the feeling instead of just buying linear feet of wood. So here's what I want you to walk away with. You were about to spend thousands of dollars deciding how private your own backyard gets to be, and you don't have to anymore. 8 ways to solve this, most of them under $30 each, and the most expensive tool in the whole list is understanding where to put them. Tell me down in the comments which one you're trying first. And if you've already made the mistake of scattering solar lights in a sad little runway line like I did, tell me that too. I want to know I'm not the only one. And if you want more of these budget backyard breakdowns, stick around. Because next time I'm going straight into the one plant almost every yard has, that quietly hurts your home's value more than any bare fence ever could.